Today we'll learn about the presence of sh silent letter or letters, that is letters that are not pronounced in 10 commonly used English words and learn their correct pronunciation. Confused? Well, have patience and watch the video till the end to know all about them. Hello, I'm Seema from Edufinite. Well, English language is full of words whose written form can be deceptive because the written form of those words seem very different from their pronunciation. Now, why is it so? The reason being the presence of silent letter or letters of the alphabets that should not be pronounced in that word. Now, why do we need to learn them? Well, it will help us to communicate our ideas or thoughts more effectively. Moreover, it will improve our accent and pronunciation too. Now, without much ado, let's begin. Well, we'll begin with a word which is very commonly used. In fact, we use it every week. So, let's look into the word. WEDNESDAY. Now, what will be the pronunciation of this word? Well, if we go by the spelling, we'll pronounce it Wednesday. But that's wrong. Why? Because there is a presence of a silent letter. And which is that silent letter? It is the D. The D in WEDNESDAY is silent. So if it is silent, that means we are not going to pronounce that particular letter. So how do we pronounce it? We pronounce it Wednesday. Wednesday. The D is not there. It's not Wednesday. It's Wednesday. Now let's look into a sentence to see how it fits there. I will be attending a wedding ceremony next Wednesday. And not, I will be attending a wedding ceremony next Wednesday. That's wrong. We usually, non-natives, what do we do? Since English is a second language, it's not a mother tongue, we sometimes go by the spelling. Whatever is written in the spelling, we pronounce each and every letter. But there are certain words in English language which do have silent letters. That means those letters are not to be pronounced. There are certain words which we commonly use in our English language and we commonly use while speaking every day, and we sometimes make the mistake of pronouncing it the way it's written. We forget about the presence of the silent letters present in those words. So that's where we go wrong. Natives don't go wrong because they learn it right from their childhood. So it's Wednesday and not Wednesday. A next sentence. Remember, the meeting is on Wednesday. Don't be late for it. So, let's get into the next word. Well, the next word is again very common. DIFFERENT. Now, how do we mispronounce it? We go by the letters that are written over there and we pronounce it according to the letters present in that word. And how do we pronounce it sometimes? Different. Different. Well, no, it's wrong. Because again, silent letter. And which is that silent letter? It's the E after double F. So, how do we pronounce it? We pronounce it different. It's not different. It's different. So let's look into a sentence. You can interpret it in a different manner. So we don't say you can interpret it in a different manner. No, that's wrong. It's you can interpret it in a different manner. Or we usually say, think different, be different. Well, the next sentence, let's choose a different color for a banner. Maybe someone has made a banner and has come up to me and has shown it to me, and maybe I'm not liking the color. So I'm telling that person, choose a different color for a banner. Well, the next word is again very commonly used. It's temperatue. Now, how do we generally pronounce it? If we go by the spellings, we'll pronounce it temperature. Temperature. Well, that's wrong. Why? Because there are two letters that are silent. And what are they? It's the E after P and the E at the end. So, how do we pronounce this word? We pronounce it as temperature. Temperature. The E is silent. We don't say temperature. The sound of E is not there. So, it's temperature. Well, let's look into a sentence. The temperature of the water is rising steadily. We will not say the temperature of the water is rising steadily. No, we'll say the temperature of the water is rising steadily. Well, the next sentence, set the temperature right for the cake to bake perfectly. Maybe my son is making a cake and I've already told him, maybe 180 degrees, and you please put the temperature to 180 degrees. And then again, I remind him, set the temperature right for the cake to bake perfectly. So that's very important. So I remind him. Okay, our next word. This is also a very common word. This is JEWELLERY. Now, we usually, if we go by the words, we will pronounce it as jewellery. Jewellery. But again, there is a silent letter and it is the E after the double L. So that is not pronounced. So how do we pronounce it? We pronounce it jewellery. Jewellery. The pronunciation of this word is jewellery. So let's look into a sentence. My aunt has got some exquisite pieces of jewellery. Yes, she's very proud about them. Well, the next one. Gold jewelleries are quite expensive these days. Oh my God, yeah, they're really expensive. Well, let's get into the next word. Now, it's vegetable. Oh God, we always require this thing. And how do we pronounce it? It's either for the salads or making curries or making soup, whatever. You need this particular thing. Now, how do we usually pronounce it? We go by the spellings and we pronounce it as vegetable. Vegetable. Well, that's wrong. Why? Again, silent letters are there. So, the E after G and the E at the end, they are silent. So, what will be the pronunciation? Yes, the pronunciation will be vegetable. Vegetable. Let's look into a sentence. You should eat more vegetable and fruits for proper nourishment. Now, maybe I'm telling my son, who's very much into eating colas and, cakes and biscuits and this and that, then I tell him, see, you should eat more vegetables and fruits for proper nourishment. Okay, the next one. Meeta has a beautiful vegetable garden at her backyard. So yes, her backyard looks beautiful. It looks so green with the vegetable garden over there. Okay, the next one. The next one is, again, it's a very common word. Now, most of us know the pronunciation, but again, if we go by the spelling B-U-S-I-N-E-S-S, how will we pronounce it then? We'll pronounce it busyness. That's absolutely wrong. So how do we pronounce this word? It's the I is silent. So that's the silent letter of the word business. So we pronounce it business. Business. How do we pronounce it? Business. So let's look into a sentence now. They're trying to evaluate the project from the business point of view. So yes, they have, a project ready. But again, you have to evaluate from the business point of view, because if you don't have profit in that particular project, no point going with it. Let's look into the next sentence. Make no mistake while choosing your business partner. It's not make no mistakes while choosing your business partner. It's make no mistakes while choosing your business partner. So be careful. Well, the next one is A-L-M-O-N-D. Yes? What's so great about this word? Yes, it's almond. No, my dear, it's not almond. Why? Because there is a silent letter. And what is that silent letter? L. The L over here is silent. So how do we pronounce it? It's almond. Almond. Okay, now let's look into a sentence. Almonds have a lot of health benefits. Yes, the nuts are really very healthy. Next, almond oil is very good for skin. Okay, now we go into a next word. F-A-V-O-U-R-I-T-E. Well, this word is sometimes pronounced according to the spelling as favorite. It's a favorite word. No, it's not a favorite word. What is it? It's the O and U and the E at the end. These are the silent letters. You can't pronounce them. So, what's the pronunciation like? Well, it's favorite. So, it's everyone's favorite word. This word is everyone's favorite word because we always use it for anything. That's my favorite food. That's my favorite dress, whatever be it. Well, my favorite sport is basketball. My favorite sport is basketball. What's yours? What's your favorite color? Well, write about it in the comment section. What's your favorite color? Okay, now let's move into the next word. C-O-M-F-O-R-T-A-B-L-E. Well, we always want to be this. We always crave for this particular word. But how do we pronounce it? Well, going by the spelling, it will be comfortable. Comfortable. No, that's wrong. Why? Because again, silent letters. Yes. So what are the silent letters? The O-R and the E at the end are all the silent letters. You just can't pronounce them. And so what will be its pronunciation like? Well, it's comfortable. Comfortable. It's just F, just the F, no O-R. It's comfortable. The E is not there. So it's comfortable. Next, are you comfortable sitting there? Or would you like to sit somewhere else? I'm asking my friend. She's come to my house. I want her to be comfortable. Now I'm asking her, are you comfortable sitting there? Or you can sit somewhere else. Well, the next one is make yourself comfortable. Not comfortable. Comfortable. Okay. See, the cat is sleeping comfortably. Next, this is the last word. It's G-A-R-B-A-G-E. This is also a very, very commonly used word because we always have this in our house, We always want to get rid of it. And how do we pronounce it according to the spelling? We'll say it garbage. No, that's wrong. It's not garbage. Because why? Again, the same thing as I told you in the beginning. Shh, silent letter. Okay, now there are two silent letters over here, the R and the E at the end. So, how do we pronounce it then? Well, it's garbage. Ga, the R is silent, so you don't say gar, you say garbage. 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 Okay, now let's look into a sentence. Please throw the garbage in the bin. Don't litter the place. Next, you can dig a pit and bury the garbage. So, you know, the vegetables, the peels of the vegetables and those type of things, leafy things, what you can do, you can dig up a pit and then bury it. And then what will happen? You'll get compost, which will, be used as a fertilizer for your plants. You can use them. So that's why you can dig a pit and bury the garbage. Well, hope you enjoyed the lesson. Was the lesson helpful? Which words were you mispronouncing without being aware or not being aware of the presence of the silent letter or letters in it? Let me know in the comment section. I'll be back with a new lesson very soon. Take care, stay safe, and be happy.